don't even know anyone who homeschool. There is no one in my circle. There is no one in my circle who has homeschooled. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Betty. For those of you who have been with me for a long time, thank you for staying on. I know I have not posted a video for the past 2 years and you are probably wondering what happened to her, and I am honestly surprised that some of you are still here, and it really means a lot. And I am back after 2 years away. In the past 2 years, my family has grown a lot. I think when I started this channel, I only had two. I had my twins, and then we had one more, but then we added another one, but not bad. Then we added another one, so it just was a little bit chaotic. So it was hard to spend time into, to develop more into my YouTube channel. So I took some time to focus on family, focus on me. It's a lot having 4 kids under 5, 6, however you want to say it. But the reason why I decided to come back is because my family and I are currently on a new journey, homeschooling, which I know is a big buzz now. Many people are talking about it, considering it. For many different reasons. So I started homeschooling. This is actually our first week of homeschooling. Yay! We did it. We made the decision. We followed through, and we are 1 week in. So I wanted to start sharing that since I have a platform, and I really enjoy sharing my experiences. So I thought I will share with you my homeschooling experience. It's my first time doing it. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, but I am just trusting in God and taking it one step at a time, or 1 week at a time. So you will see me my hope is you will see me as I grow on this journey as a homeschool mom. But my hope is also, if one of you, someone out there, is considering, maybe I want to homeschool next year or this year, and hopefully my experience is going to help you, and you're going to see that you're not alone into this, or it's going to give you a perspective or an idea. So first, why did I want to homeschool? For me, it began, and people ask me this all the time, and it started the moment I was pregnant with my kids. I don't know what happened. Suddenly, the idea of homeschooling came. I never thought of homeschooling. I was a preschool teacher for about 3 years. I was a preschool teacher. So I have to admit that, and I have that experience. And after that, I also worked as a nurse. So I was teaching as a nursing instructor, as an assistant, as a nursing instructor in the college system. So it's still different than taking on the decision to be responsible for your children's education. It's not a small decision to make. Like for me, that's when it happened. I was pregnant with the twins. It was my first babies, as some of you know. And I started thinking about homeschooling, and it just never left me. And at that time, I remember there were not even 1 year old when I started looking at YouTube channel regarding homeschooling. So that happened. I had 2 more babies, and it came to the point now they're kindergarten, they're 5. They are going to enter into, either, this is when we have to decide to really make a decision. So I was thinking about it for 4 years. Now we need to make a decision now, yes or no. But one thing I also share with people, I felt like that decision, how do you call that? That feeling, that want, I want to homeschool the children. Like I said, it just came upon me when I was pregnant. And I just felt like this was my assignment with my children, because I never considered homeschooling until I was pregnant. And the kids were barely 1, and I was already thinking about that decision. And I'm a believer, so I think of it as it was the assignment that came with with the pregnancy, like I often, you think of, for those of you who are biblical literate, you think of, when Samson's mom was pregnant and they told her, this child is going to be this, and you don't cut his hair, don't give him alcohol and all that stuff. And I think that this applies still today as a parent. If you're a prayerful parent, when you have a child coming in you, you do get some sense of the assignment of, that you are given regarding this child. So I really felt that it wasn't just me watching it, but it was also like a spiritual assignment regarding their lives or my family or their education. So that was, that's how I saw it. Now, understanding it, believing it, like this is my assignment, I'm going to homeschool my children, I need to do this, believing it, knowing it, and having the courage to follow through, that's also a different thing. So for a long time I was going back and forth, and then one day I said, you know what, let's just go for it. I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen, right? The worst thing is we'll just send them back to school if I see that I cannot do it. And also, again, as a believer, you understand when God gives an assignment, he has made the resources for you to follow through. So if you're scared, that means you are not trusting God. You're not trusting the one who gave you the assignment. So when I was worried, I started, like feeling like, I could feel in my spirit, like this fear is because you're not trusting God. So when you kind of get arrested like that during your meditation, during your quiet time, and and it's like, why are you scared? Are you not trusting me? You think that, like I'm not here with you? So at that point I said, Lord, I surrender, I am yours. So that's when I decided to go for it, and I just decided to just do it slow. How did I prepare? I focused on the basic kindergarten. Not one, but 2 children. Also, like I said, I am an ESL student. And those were one of the fear that I had, right? I'm an ESL student. I'm supposed to teach English, how to pronounce, how to enunciate. I still have an accent myself. all these things are coming through. Teaching, in college is different than teaching kindergarten, like elementary school. This is their foundation learning. It just felt like too big of an assignment, and and a risk. And what if I don't give them like a strong education? I wasn't the brightest student in math. Thank God my husband is, but anyway. All these things were coming through, so I decided to just take it easy this year. I remember when I was looking into it, and then I was watching homeschool, moms who are homeschooling. I was watching a lot of homeschooling videos, and one mom, her advice was just focus on reading. The first year, kindergarten, take it easy, take a deep breath, just keep it simple, focus on reading. Just make sure they're good readers. And they just know their numbers, which many kids, honestly, even if they don't go to school, like, well, not if they don't go to school, but like, 3-4-year-olds, like they know one, they can count till 20. And most of that learning, it wasn't necessarily by studying and, at a desk. They just picked it up on the TV or doing flashcards with them. So keep it simple. So trusting in God, I prepared myself, keep it simple. So reading, writing, and math was is my main focus, right? So I look at materials, like I heard a lot about these Bible books, so I got that for reading. There are a lot of people on the website, paid teachers, they have a lot of teaching material for schools. So I have this one is by a mom. She actually has a YouTube channel here. She has some really, I think it's JDA, she has some really good learning resources. She was a teacher herself before. I think she was a teacher. My children are jumping, are you kidding me? They're supposed to be napping. Anyway, she was a teacher, and she started homeschooling her 5 children. So she has a lot of experience, and she has made a lot of learning resources. So, and I had her learning resources even for the, like toddlers and stuff like that. So I was familiar with her work when my children were still like 1, 2. I've used her before, and I chose to, again, in the idea of keeping it simple, just just keep using her, and maybe like 2 more homeschool channels that I follow, not to get overwhelmed, just pick like 2 or 3 at the most, no more than 5 channels that you're following, learning from, and just learn from them, but keep it really small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Find 2, 3, 4 channels of moms who've done it. You can pick mine too. And you can learn from there. So this is addition. So we're doing this for math, and also this for math as well. It's 2 because I have 2 children, and just a variety. A lot of the things here, there's a lot of review from pre-K, and it's just, yeah, keeping it simple, like I said. And for writing, I just got some printables on Teachers Pay Teachers, and this is for them just tracing and writing. So trace, we're doing numbers every day. We do 1 letter and 1 number because I'm using this first month to do a lot of review. So reviewing, tracing. They recognize the letters, they recognize all the letters, the numbers up to 30. So now I'm pushing it a little bit more. The twins did go to I did send them to school for pre-K. They did pre-K out of the home for just last year. That's because I just needed some time, and balancing motherhood, children. I was not able to provide the best education for them at that time. So I chose to put them in a pre-K program outside of the home Monday through Thursday. But now, and when the program ended, I said, okay, I continued really. So we actually been doing school during the summer, but this is the first week where we are officially starting the routine, and being very, like, not strict, but following the curriculum as close as possible. Because one of the pros of homeschooling is you're very flexible, right? So this is for their for their writing, penmanship. So we do that, numbers, letters. So I'm keeping it simple. So I prepared physically. So got the materials that I needed, keeping it simple. We flashcards, because I'm a French born speaker, so I also including French in it. So isn't that awesome? So yeah, so this is some French flashcards because I'm teaching them how to speak French, be more fluent in their French. So we're doing that on Friday. Right now we're doing geography. So I'm taking it semester by semester. So yeah, I'm taking it semester by semester. So I'm focusing only on this semester: reading, writing, math, and some French and geography. And the goal with geography is just knowing, our country is the United States. We have 50 states. Our neighbors are Canada, Mexico. We live in Michigan. So and so live in Illinois. So and so lives in Texas, and so live in New York, like family members. So just kind of an idea. And America is in United States is in North America. In North America, we have 23 countries. So I'm keeping it like that, just for them to have a geolocation, and of course, I have to tell them that where mom and dad were born, right, in the Congo. Woohoo! So I'm keeping it simple like that on Fridays, and I'm gonna take my time and see when I'm gonna introduce science. But as far as science, going to the library, do some reading some books on science. Sometimes you have PBS Kids has some science show, but again, let me come back. So I'm focusing on reading, writing, math, some French, and some geography, but the core is reading, writing, and math. first year, that's what I'm doing, and I'm focusing just on this fall semester. I'm taking it one semester at a time. I also, like I said, I had to also prepare spiritually, really trusting God into this. Because I believe if you are a believer, you need to include God in how you are educating your children. You know, a home is built on wisdom, right? So have to just trusting Him, because that allows you to not be so overwhelmed. Otherwise, you constantly worry, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You know, the kids, they're home. They're learning at home. So they're all over the place. Sometimes they don't want to come study, or, you know, they're distracted because it's not in the school environment. And if you're too strict, it can become a negative experience for you and the children. So just in that aspect of trusting God is going to be okay. Take it one day at a time. I don't need to be perfect. You know, it helps a lot. And how you feel, your children respond to that. How a mother feels in a home, everyone can tell. That's why we often say, you know, a house is built by a woman. Or if you give a woman a house, she will create a home. So we have a very big influence on how we feel emotionally and mentally. So, and for me, my mental, I take care of my mental in my prayer room. That's how I stay sharp mentally, you know, by just developing my relationship with God. So that's how I do it. Maybe you have a different, you know, you have a something that works for you, but definitely have something for that to help you relax. And also one thing that I had to do while preparing is create a new routine, because the routine that you have when you send the children to school and the routine that you have when you keep the children home is different. Because I'm schooling, but I still need to cook, I still need to clean, I still need to do this and that, I still have errands, and the children are home with me. People who send their children to school, usually when the kids are at school, they take that opportunity to take care of certain things, you know. So I had to change the routine. You know, maybe you're gonna stay up a little bit later, or you're gonna wake up earlier, go to bed earlier, you know, all that stuff. So I had to try out a different routine, and I finally found one that works well for me, and I am trying really hard to stick to it. Yeah, you know. And I also have a nanny. I'm gonna be transparent. I am not doing this by myself. I have 2 5-year-olds, a 3-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. I have a nanny that comes part-time. She comes in around 9 and she leaves at 2. So while I am focusing on the kindergartners, she's usually with the 3-year-old and the 1.5-year-old, doing activities with them. I have some binder activities. I have some busy boxes. She does that with them. And in the morning when I'm doing the circle time routine, the 3-year-old also participate. So he may not be as focused or engaging as much as the 5-year-olds, but he's listening, he's learning when they're doing the sounds, when they're counting the numbers. He knows all his colors, he knows the shapes, he knows the numbers 1 to 10. So he's definitely picking up from his brothers. And like I said, we were doing school throughout the entire summer. I just didn't let them play. No, I kept them into the school environment, you know. So that's how I prepared. So how do I feel after the first week? Well, I honestly, it's the most rewarding feeling. I don't know how, because it wasn't anything very, like, you know, it wasn't anything, it's not anything I was wow out of the extraordinary, you know, that I can think of. But it's just, you know, when you are on the fence about making a decision and you finally make that one decision and you go through it, and at first you're not sure if you have made the right one, but as you go later on you realize, oh my goodness, this was the right decision. That feeling, that content, that joy, that's just like, you know. Because like I said, we were doing school throughout the summer, but I decided, especially, you know, with now school officially started, oh my god, these kids, I decided that we're going to, I wanted to mark an official first week. So all the new materials I got and everything. And it was finishing it. I have to say, I'm very happy. I made the right decision. There is this peace in me, this joy, that feeling when you say, oh, I made the right decision. Like, like you can't really explain it. Maybe if you have been through it, you can understand. But that's how I'm feeling right now. And no stress. Honestly, I wasn't crying. I didn't underestimate myself. As every day went on and on, I was more and more excited. I had to catch myself to just stop, like, okay, school is done. Let's go clean. Let's go cook. I need to make my grocery list. I just want to like stay in the classroom and go over the curriculum and the activity, what we're going to do tomorrow. Like, I'm just so giddy and excited. So I feel great. Oh God, it's just, maybe someone, listen, if you're out there and you are trying to make the decision, do I homeschool my children or not? I beg you, I've been there for 4 years. Remember, the moment my children I was pregnant with them, I started thinking about homeschooling. And no one in my family has ever done that. I don't even know anyone who homeschool. There is no one in my circle. There is no one in my circle who has homeschooled. This is like my family. I'm sure some of my family members are like, this girl is already doing this. No one. I do not even have a friend. Do I have one? I don't have a friend who homeschooled. There is no family members who's ever homeschooled. I don't know anyone in person, like no one. When I tell you it just came out of nowhere, I was like, what is this? It's different when you know someone who does it and you're like, maybe I should homeschool. I never thought about it. No one in my circle, in my family has ever done homeschooling. I was not even familiar with the concept of homeschooling. I was pregnant. And before I knew it, and it wasn't like it's 2019. So it wasn't like it was, like the 2020 situation. No, these kids were born in the summer of 2019. And when I was pregnant with them, I was considering that. And the whole fall of 2019, I started watching homeschooling videos. I don't know where that came from. That's why I'm like, this must be an assignment. This must be God, because I don't understand. Like, there's no one, honestly, no one in my family, in my circle, no one. So yeah, so I had to make a decision for a long time, because when you share that with friends and family member, people are not always, and they mean well, but it's not always, like, yeah, you should do it, and I'm sure the people who are like, oh, totally, I should do it, like, she's not gonna do it. I don't think they believe it. I think they were just trying to be supportive. Although my sister was actually very encouraging. She was like, yeah, do that. So, and then maybe I will do that with my kids too. So she was trying to send me on a trial. I'm her guinea pig. But yeah, many people was like, are you sure you want to do it? You don't want to send them to school. You need a break. Or, what else? What about socializing? So there was a lot more of like, are you sure? Is this bad? So to do something that no one in your circle has ever done. Oh my God. And it was not an easy decision, but like I said, the conviction, I really felt like this was an assignment that I have with these children. I honestly, that's the only way I can describe it, because I tried to avoid it. I tried to avoid it, and this is when God was like, do you not trust me? Why are you trying to do it alone? You're not supposed to do this alone. And I said, oh, okay. So if you're out there and you are in a fence and you don't know, I hope this video can be confirmation for you, or some kind of support to encourage you to give it a try. Give it a try. One semester. Take it one semester at a time. Take it one day at a time. read. And these children, they learn so fast. Like for some reason, I don't know, I was like, what if they don't understand? But no, when you sit down with a child and you go over it one-on-one, they learn so much. One of the reasons why many of us, me included, struggle in school is because the teacher cannot cater to 30 students, right? You have one teacher, 20, 30, 40 students sometimes, and you are expected to do a lot of the work on your own. And if you don't get it, you struggle. And the parents at home, they're doing their best, but again, there's work, there's cooking, there's cleaning, there are other children. So many times we struggle. But when you're sitting one-on-one, it's different. And again, at home again, all right, I want to keep this short because I think we're going on 1 hour now. So if you are on the fence, please do it. If no one has ever done it in your family, in your circle like me, I got you. You and I, we can do it together, okay? Your family members will think you crazy. They're probably, it's okay. You're not the only one. Happens to me too. We can be friends. We'll get through this 1 week at a time, 1 semester at a time, 1 year at a time. So just, if you have this feeling, please go for it. Do it. If you're a believer, ask God to help you. Ask the Holy Spirit to lead you every morning. Holy Spirit, take control of my classroom. Help me. Help these kids. Help these kids. Help me. Help us. So pray and don't, and just have faith and trust. So that's my advice. First week, I'm excited. We did it. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. I'm excited. When you've made the right decision and you were thinking about it for a long, long time, and your family make a decision, and then you realize you have made the right decision. That joy and peace and excitement, and God has opened the door to make it happen in a way that is actually it's happening effortlessly. Anyway, so I'm excited. So first week, I'm gonna keep it short like this, and I'll make more videos. I will give you a tour of our classroom, how I organize myself, our circle time, how I do it. Thank you again for watching, and to all my subscribers who have been who've been here for 2 years, no videos, 2 years, and you guys are still subscribed. Thank you so much. And I'm back. I'm hoping for at least 1 video a week to do our progress report. So I'm planning on doing a progress report on the homeschooling journey. So far, first week is the honeymoon. So, and I will tell you more on how I prepared, how I organize myself, how we do circle time and such and such. And if you have questions, please put them in the comments, send me your questions, and I will try to answer them as much as possible. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and share. And if you know a mom who is trying to homeschool, please encourage her, please support her, okay? Send her this video, okay? It's okay. We'll talk about it next time. Bye.